The phenomenal AJ Styles could be headed to AEW when his WWE contract expires in 2025. One of the most prolific in-ring wrestlers of this entire generation, one of the best high flyers of all time, and one of the most influential and often imitated wrestlers there has ever been. AJ Styles truly has cemented himself as phenomenal, and part of that has been his run in WWE over the last 8 years. Ever since he came into the company in 2016, there were high expectations for him. He was the guy that everyone was talking about on the indies. 5-star matches, death-defying moves, and the ability to make the crowd rise out of their seat at just the glimpse of him. Before he debuted in WWE, he was already a legend into himself. But when he came in there and he won the WWE Championship, had awesome matches with the likes of John Cena, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and many others, he went on to cement a legacy that truly was phenomenal. And over the past couple of years, while AJ has always been towards the top of the mid-card, for whatever reason, he has never really made it back up to the main event. In many ways, he is one of those guys who is just kind of lingering in WWE, which makes his contract situation even more interesting. At this point, AJ Styles has not re-signed with WWE, with his contract expiring, according to FightfulSelect.com, in 2025. And with AEW now getting a massive rights increase in their TV deal, this opens up their ability to pay top free agents a lot of money in order to come over to AEW instead of staying with WWE, and also work less of a schedule, less wear and tear on their bodies, and spending more time with their families, which is something that AJ Styles has talked about quite a bit over the past couple of years. He is someone who has said that he is at the end of his career, and his best years and the years of him doing these death-defying moves are behind him. So while there is always the potential that he might end up going off and retiring into the sunset, I do think that there is a chance that if he hits free agency, which again is a big if considering the way that WWE has been re-signing people very aggressively over the last couple of months, but if he does, I think AEW makes him an offer that at least makes him consider it. Because at the end of the day, it prioritizes money, but it also prioritizes his health, well-being, and time with his family, and it would allow him, if he so chooses, to continue professional wrestling. And if you're going to continue it, you have to think that there's a part of AJ Styles that looks over in AEW. Something that was built on the legacy that he left behind in both Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Something that was built in part because of AJ Styles. And while AJ wasn't there at the very beginning of All Elite Wrestling in 2019, he had done so much work to lay the foundation with the Bullet Club. Back in 2014 and 2015, AJ Styles, along with the Young Bucks, was running a roughshod through New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor at the time as the leaders of the Bullet Club. He was running hot as the IWGP World Champion. He was dominating the indies. It is a large reason why WWE ended up signing him. And at the end of it all, there was an unfinished story as AJ left from New Japan. And that unfinished story involved another member and future leader of the Bullet Club. At AJ Styles' final appearance for New Japan Pro Wrestling, it was Kenny Omega who kicked him out of the Bullet Club, attacking him, sending him packing to WWE, and also taking away the Bullet Club, a group that he helped cement as one of the top groups and stables in professional wrestling history. And there is a story to be told with AJ Styles, not only with Omega, not only with the Young Bucks, but this entire company. Because AJ is someone who can come into AEW on day one and say, none of this would be here without me. And that would not be an inaccurate statement. Part of the beauty of the way AEW was founded was that it was influenced heavily by the rise in popularity of the Bullet Club. And that stable, that group, the Elite, would never have become what it became without AJ Styles. The domino effect that he helped create and continue during his time in New Japan Pro Wrestling helped create All Elite Wrestling. So if AJ can come in there and say these types of things and say that he is the guy who helped light the fire that would become AEW, that could make for some compelling storytelling. You also have the likes of Jon Moxley, who he faced in WWE, but not this version of Jon Moxley. You have so much story to be told there, and I just think that from the professional wrestler that AJ is, there's a part of him that looks at that and says, man, oh man, there's a lot on the table there. In addition to the money, in addition to the benefits, in addition to helping a company grow, which, you know, like a lot of these older wrestlers and veterans kind of take pride in. Look at someone like Adam Copeland, who when he came into AEW, he didn't do it because he felt like AEW was going to be the place where he was going to be the star, be the champion, but it was a place where he could come and contribute and build something that would be there long past his time in professional wrestling. And I think AJ is someone who thinks similarly in that vein, and that is why AEW could be advantageous to him. At the end of the day, though, AJ Styles' decision is his to make. As we've discussed before, there's the potential that he could retire. There's the potential that he could end up staying with WWE, as they have been more and more aggressive in recent months, trying to re-sign as many people as possible. It was speculated at one point that Kevin Owens was going to end up as a free agent in 2025. That did not end up happening, as reports indicate that he has re-signed due to WWE's very aggressive efforts into stopping talent from going to AEW. At the end of the day, we will see what AJ Styles does, but one thing's for sure, if he showed up in AEW, it would indeed be phenomenal.